I got a new thing I learned. One of my church guys.
For weed eating, or?
Yeah, we're weed eating. I'm gonna weed eat first. One of my church groups guys says, I'm a high maybe. What does that mean? High maybe. Are you high likely, high unlikely? You're right in the middle. Half full, half empty. I was like, that's like the ultimate statement. Let the person interpret however you stand. Like,
High maybe.
high maybe. Are you on the fence? Are you highly off the fence? Like,
Just floating above the fence.
you're just floating very high. And you can fall either way. The minute he said that, I was like, I thought about it for a long time. I'm like, dude, that's an awesome statement. I'm gonna start using that to Gabe.
High maybe.
High maybe on this, Gabe. We're gonna get that drone. High maybe.
High maybe.
That doesn't sound good. What do you think, Gabriel? Hot tip of the day?
You got a hot tip on hand?
I got a hot tip.
You got a hot tip?
Whenever you get covered in chiggers, go weed eat around there. Go find the chiggers and weed eat them. You'll kill them. Trust me.
Take revenge.
Take revenge. You know, like that's like the dumbest thing in the world. They're just all over you. You know, I was just about to do an intro and like was thinking like we need to do an intro, and I was like, all right, let's do an intro. The internal dialogue of filming. So we are back to the grind of deer hunting. 24/7 for us, 365. Turkey season ended, we turned that page and we are back at it. Into the woods we go. 3 clicks like Dorothy and off we go to Kansas. We are back in the woods, getting our game plan together. Just getting our bearings straight, man. Getting cameras out, putting fresh batteries in the cameras, SD cards. Fawns have already started dropping. We have those on camera. But the biggest thing is we saw a 10-pointer already, 2 10-pointers. And I don't know I've never seen deer this big that early on. So that's just super awesome, super pumped about that. We've had phenomenal weather. It's been very low stress here in Tennessee. And so with that, low stress yields big antlers. And so we've had tons of rain, cool temperatures at a prime time, man. Like I swear to you, I think the best antler growth development is from like June to July. That's the foundation for the whole season. A lot of times for us, May and June is just a really hard year, low rains, hot, and they're running straight out of, you gotta look at it from their perspective. They ran into the winter, they've been crushed, and when you go from a hard transition of winter, short spring, right into hot summer, it's really hard on those deer because they really have no body fat. They're strained on resources, nutrients wise, and so we're running straight into that. And so for us here, that's always a bad thing. That impacts antler growth, body size, everything. And so for us right now, dude, I'm on cloud 9, cloud 10, whatever the best cloud is, that's where I'm at. And so for us, we've had big deer on the ground, fawns are dropping. I've never seen it this early, so we're getting cameras back out, putting feed out for them, and getting our system. We're gonna be out tonight scouting because why not? And I wanna see what those 10-pointers are. I've never seen these deer before this early. I wanna see them. So we're gonna be in a stand tonight until sunset, seeing what we can see, man. Follow along. It really is the game time, man. Like, think about it, guys. It is June. 90 days, like 9 weeks, 12 weeks. You got 10 weekends left, and you could potentially be sitting in a tree stand. In a tree stand, velvet, big deer walking around you. I can't believe, man, time flies. It flies, and it's so awesome. Because this is what it's all about. Looking beautiful. Looks great. I think we've heard this before, but I'm going to reiterate this. We use 4S wildlife feed, and they're pretty much all the feeding. They feed deer, at least wild deer, at least. People always talk about the ratios of crude protein, fat, fiber, and right now, everyone feeds protein year round. There's nothing wrong with that, but you can do that. But like right now, it's absolutely unequivocally important. This ratio here is 20% crude protein, which is on the high side. I've talked to people that pushed it 25, 28. I would never go beyond that. It's just way too much protein. It's actually harmful to the deer. They may not even eat it. But we're pushing 20% here. And with that, it's super important. Right now, their protein levels are through the roof for growing fawns, milk, gestation, all that. And then the buck size, growing their antlers, and just building up their body mass right now. And so it's super important. But in the off season for feeding, so hunting season, a 20% protein can actually be harmful to the deer, because like, imagine you just ran a marathon. It's like finish the marathon and going to crush a protein milkshake. Like, yeah, you could do that, but you really need to be replenishing carbs. And so in the off season of feeding, you want more fiber and you want more fats at that point. And so if you want to feed year round, off cycle it. We don't feed year round because in Tennessee you can't, but in some states you can. And so definitely flip it, go to a low protein, high fiber type diet for the winter, fall period. But for us right now, we're growing antlers, we want protein. I've been rocking protein feed now. I've been doing it for 23 years now. Long time. Big believer in it, seen huge results. One question I get a lot is why the troughs? I've run the tube kind, you know, the kind where the tube comes down and the deer eat out of this little hole, and that's awesome. That keeps a lot of like the raccoons, turkeys out of it. All the protein goes to the deer. You're gonna miss, like, my experience, what I've seen on wild deer, I don't know about captive deer, wild deer, like, I can't get maybe 60% of the deer, 50%, and like it takes like 10 generations to get them used to it. And so there's a lot of feed gets wasted, a lot of deer don't eat it. I've also done like the dishes where like it's an automated spread feeder, it goes on the ground, spin feeder style, dropping protein. You get like 24 hours out of that protein, one dew set, and all the protein's wiped out. So if the deer eating it fast, it's good, but still it gets wiped out. High waste ratio there. The in between with this, one, it's super easy for the deer because this is naturally a stressful environment. Deer don't like to congregate and eat like this. They're not like horses or cattle. Like, they're very solitary animals, and so when they're coming here, they're eating. There's a bunch of deer here. It's just stressful. They don't like that dynamic, and so you want it to be open. You want them to have complete visibility looking around, and you want the ability to give them protection so you're not wasting it. And so this solution is, like, in our minds, the middle of the road. We probably err on the side of waste because rain can ruin it, and some extra animals eat it. But The extra work that requires, we have to shovel it out. You have to keep it clean. So that's like, you know, raccoons, turkeys, everything's gonna try to eat in that. And so you just gotta maintain it. Requires the extra diligence, but you're getting higher protein consumption from the deer, more deer eating it, more deer feel safer to use it. And the deer on this property in this area have been on this type of food for like, I think we've been doing it 15 years. So they're used to it. And so that's important. If you want to go down that road, it takes time, it takes multiple generations to get deer eating the protein feed, but like they'll eat this faster than they'll eat corn. They love the protein feed in this area. For some reason, this just moves like crazy. And so for us, great protein source, it's cheaper, it's good, and it's healthy for the deer. We've seen huge bumps when, you know, certain years are busier, we don't put as much out. The mass on the deer is the biggest factor we've noticed. Mass in the deer drop, body fat drops, and we've seen higher mortality in the winter time period when the season ends. And so like, this is just a huge game changer for us in terms of the protein feed and the style of protein feed. Like, a lot of time, a lot of trial and error for us. Like, we've had mounds. I've shoveled more crapped out feeders than I would like to admit to. But yeah, this is our solution that works for us, and they break all the time, and so we know how to fix them. You don't have to ship them back.
It would.
Yeah. One of the coolest things, I actually, on this camera, we had a tornado come through one year and caught it on this feeder literally being elevated straight up into the air 10 feet, like, and then back down. And it totally got mangled and everything, but it was like literally caught it in action. One motion shot, 2-minute time lapse, bam, takes another shot in the air, like Twister style with Bill Paxton. Yeah, it was awesome.
Do we have photos of that?
Yeah.
Let's put it on. Beautiful. So the mission for this evening is to scout. So we're out going to 2 different blinds. We've had bucks showing up, Main Ridge and over here at Scarecrow. And so we're hoping that we can get in these blinds and hopefully see something. It's 6:43, June 12th. Sunsets at 8:06, so we have some time, and hopefully get some of the footage. The fawns are also dropping, so hopefully we can get some fawns. That'd be really nice. Really look good on our Instagram grid. It's like, as the media guy, it's got to look good, and so we need some more content. So hopefully we can get some fawns on the grid for y'all. Let's get to it. There he goes, hiking all the way down, past the turn. He's got a long way to go. Well, I of course drew this short straw since I have 2 kills, and now I am bringing you the details of this evening. William currently he's big 4 does on his walk-in, so an armadillo, and that's 4 turkeys behind him. Me, on the other hand, I have 2 little rabbits that are chasing each other, which is super entertaining, but it's absolutely beautiful evening. It's so beautiful, so I think we have an hour till sunset, so hopefully we have some deer show up. It should be good. Well, to conclude the video,
I already changed clothes.
yeah,
I got my chubby shirt on. Or
Back.
bird dogs.
bird dogs. Back up, we're heading home. I understand. Didn't see much. You saw 2 does.
2 does, 2 turkeys, armadillo, and a good-looking camera guy.
Nice. I saw
That's just
3 rabbits and an armadillo. That was it, yeah. We saw deer earlier. We saw a bunch of deer today, yeah.
9 o'clock. It's like, and I could still be deer hunting right now.
Yeah. Bizarre. Anyway.
That's a wrap,
It's a wrap.
for early season getting set. We got about 3 months to get our strategies down and
To get our stuff together.
yeah.
Good stuff.